In today's video, we will be going through a war action film titled Special Force. There will be spoilers ahead, so sit back and enjoy. The movie begins with a group of soldiers on their way to Kosovo for a mission. They are transported in an aircraft equipped with guns and grenades. Some soldiers disguise themselves to blend into the environment, while others hide among trees and bushes to avoid detection. Several soldiers lock their sights on the same target from different angles. Their target is Dragon, one of Europe's most wanted war criminals. Snipers begin firing from all directions. Dragon and his men are captured and taken into custody. The soldiers then escort him back to headquarters. Meanwhile, a French journalist named Elsa is in Kabul, Afghanistan. She is interviewing a Muslim woman named Mina. Mina warns Elsa about the dangers of conducting this interview. Elsa is currently working on an article about a warlord named Zaif, known as the Butcher of Kabul. According to Mina, Zaif is seeking revenge. Mina's culture does not allow her to show her face, yet she reveals it during the interview. She believes that after the interview, she will be killed in the name of honor by Zaif. Elsa tries to stop her, but Mina leaves anyway. Before leaving, Mina warns Elsa to escape quickly or Zaif will capture and kill her. Elsa's friend Amen keeps calling her and urges her to leave the country immediately. Elsa insists on helping Mina first, but Mina has already disappeared. Elsa and Amen search for Mina, but armed militants are already tracking them. As Elsa prepares to leave Afghanistan, she returns to her hotel to pack her belongings. A man is scheduled to pick her up in 2 hours so she can leave the country. Before leaving, Elsa makes one last attempt to find Mina. She visits a man named Salim at his house to ask about Mina and Zaif. However, she is forced to leave when Zaif's men surround the area. Zaif's fighters ambush Elsa and Amen as they try to escape in their vehicle. The attackers open fire and kill their drivers. The French government is quickly informed about the situation. In France, a special forces soldier named Kovac is attending a birthday party with his fiancée and fellow soldiers. Kovac wishes his teammate Lucas a happy birthday. The team surprises Lucas with a gift, an antique compass. Lucas appreciates the gesture from his squad. At the same time, the French government launches a mission to rescue Elsa. Special forces soldiers are deployed to locate Zaif and bring Elsa back safely. Kovac, Lucas, and another soldier named Elias board a military jet headed for Afghanistan. They arrive at their destination and reach Ganmar camp, where their mission begins. Kovac jokingly suggests that Elias might be planning a trip to the beach. Lucas calmly responds that Elias is part of the team. Meanwhile, the Taliban have kidnapped Elsa and Amen and taken them to a remote location. Amen reassures Elsa that they will find a way to escape and avoid being killed. He also advises her not to show any fear. Back at the camp, Kovac and his team prepare for their next operation. He shares both good and bad news with the squad. The good news is that their new member, Elias, is a highly skilled sniper. The bad news is that Elsa has been taken across the border, which means they will need more support to face Zaif's forces. At the same time, Elsa is brought before Zaif. They begin discussing her article in which she describes him as a dangerous and ruthless man. Elsa immediately asks what he did to Mina. Zaif is surprised by how much Elsa knows about him, including details of his background. Trying to control his anger, he orders his men to record the conversation on video. Zaif asks Elsa if she believes in God, and she says yes. He then hands her a paper and orders her to read it aloud. When she refuses to fully comply, Zaif becomes furious. He orders a man named Salamani to be brought in. Elsa is forced to watch as her friend is brutally killed. The recorded footage is later sent to the French authorities within 12 hours. Zaif also threatens Elsa with the same fate. Meanwhile, the special forces prepare to leave for Pakistan. On the first day of their mission, they board a military aircraft carrying heavy weapons and supplies. They jump from the aircraft and land near the border region. After landing, they spread out and take strategic positions. Elsewhere, intelligence officers monitor a Taliban leader known as Mullah. Mullah becomes aware that agents are tracking him, but he manages to evade them and meet Zaif. The two leaders greet each other and discuss their plans. Mullah praises Zaif for kidnapping Elsa and encourages him to continue his actions. Meanwhile, the special forces remain in position, carefully observing their targets. One of the soldiers jokes that taking down all the Taliban fighters will not be easy. As they continue planning their attack, they witness a disturbing scene. Mina and 3 other men are held at gunpoint. Moments later, the captives are executed. Seeing this, the team prepares to move in. At the Taliban headquarters, Elsa and Amen manage to escape. Their location is quickly identified, and Kovac confirms their identities. However, Elias warns the team that the Taliban are now aware of their presence. Once the hostages are secured, the team begins to move out of the area. Elias cautions everyone that danger is everywhere and urges them to move quickly. Zaif is shocked when he arrives at the headquarters and sees the chaos caused by the attack. Startled by gunfire, he quickly runs for cover. He orders his men to locate and eliminate the sniper targeting them. Meanwhile, the special forces and the hostages manage to reach a high position in the mountains, away from Taliban control. They wait there for a military aircraft to extract them. As military planes approach, Zaif quickly organizes an attack. Kovacs and his team attempt to change the extraction point to avoid danger. However, the Taliban anticipate this move and launch an assault. Elias is chased by Taliban fighters while trying to rejoin the team. The special forces provide covering fire to support him. Elsa rushes to help an injured soldier during the firefight. The group begins moving again, heading toward a new extraction point. About 20 kilometers away from the original location, enemy fighters open fire on the aircraft. Back in France, the authorities receive troubling updates. The mission appears to be failing. When the aircraft reaches the pickup point, no one is there. Another aircraft is damaged during the attack, leaving one person seriously injured. The location of the hostages remains unknown. After a long and exhausting journey through the mountains, the team takes a short break. On the second day, they continue moving while trying to avoid their pursuers. Kovac considers stopping for rest, but the situation remains tense. Elsa asks if there is any backup plan, but Marius says there is none. As the commander, Kovac decides they must keep moving toward the Afghan border. They pick up their pace and continue their journey. On the third day, the team prepares to confront the enemy. Kovac asks Elsa if Ayman can be trusted. Elsa explains that Amin's family was killed by the Taliban. Understanding his situation, Kovac gives Amin a rifle to help defend the group. Tic Tac questions Elsa about why Zaif is using so many Taliban fighters to hunt her. Elsa explains that Zaif is determined to kill her because of what she exposed in her work. Marius points out that they have been on the run for 3 days and asks if anyone is exhausted. Kovac decides it is time to stop running and face the enemy. He orders Elsa and Ayman to hide while the special forces prepare for combat. Meanwhile, some Taliban fighters begin to retreat due to fear and confusion. They are ordered to regroup and continue the mission. One fighter claims that the soldiers they are facing are like unstoppable demons. Enraged, Zaif kills the man for his fear and weakness. He declares that they must capture Elsa at any cost. The special forces take a moment to rest. Tic Tac and Elsa head toward a nearby village to ask for shelter. Kovac asks a villager about the missing children. The man explains that the Taliban have taken the children and forced them to join their ranks. The team searches for clothes and food to survive. While Marius and others joke about his outfit, a sniper suddenly fires. Marius is killed instantly by the shot. The team quickly takes cover and prepares for another attack. Elias tracks the sniper and eliminates him with a precise shot. Elias cries out in grief for their fallen teammate. The squad buries Marius and prays for him. By the 5th day, the Taliban intensify their efforts to hunt the team. Fortunately, the squad manages to leave the area before the enemy arrives. Zaif later reaches the village and questions the leader. When he refuses to cooperate, Zaif kills him and continues searching for the soldiers. The special forces decide to fight back. Gunfire spreads across the village as both sides clash. Zaif eventually tracks Amin and shoots him without hesitation. During the chaos, Victor is also shot and badly injured. The fighting continues as the team provides first aid. Elsa helps treat Victor's wounds while they prepare to move. They retreat toward the mountains, separating from Elias in the process. On the 6th day, heavy snowfall begins. Victor's condition worsens as he struggles with his injuries. Meanwhile, Elias is still being chased by Taliban fighters. He is eventually shot and killed. By the 7th day, the harsh weather takes a serious toll. Victor does not survive the snowstorm and dies from his injuries. The team buries him in the snow before continuing their journey. They push forward through the freezing mountains. By the 9th day, they are exhausted and nearly out of strength. Elsa is badly injured, and the remaining soldiers are forced to carry her. They begin to suffer from hunger, lack of sleep, and extreme fatigue. During another encounter, Lucas collapses from exhaustion. He is killed as the fighting continues. Elsa is briefly captured by Zaif, but Kovac quickly kills him. Kovac mourns the loss of Lucas, his closest friend. By the 10th day, the mission has cost them almost everything. Only Elsa and 2 soldiers remain alive, and both are seriously injured. Realizing they cannot go any further, the soldiers give Elsa a rifle and urge her to continue alone. They hand her personal items as keepsakes. Elsa says goodbye and shares an emotional farewell with Tic Tac. She continues her journey through the harsh terrain. Exhausted, she eventually collapses by the roadside. Luckily, a passing vehicle finds and rescues her. Elsa is taken back to camp for medical treatment. After recovering, she returns with support to search for Kovac and Tic Tac. They are found alive and finally rescued. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and support the channel.